So we will start now with Urdhva Mukha Paschimottanasana. So just come into your Urdhva Mukha Paschimottanasana, lifting up, lifting the buttocks, pulling up the kneecaps and thighs, looking forward, lifting the abdomen so much. So be in this position. Now what we want to do is almost as if your hands are on your abdomen, lifting the abdomen up. And to do that, you have to really ground down into the forearms and then extend the whole motion back. So you want to try to now open the back of the thigh creases and extend. Let the head release down. Be in Urdhva Mukha Paschimottanasana. So whilst you're taking a few breaths in your Urdhva Mukha Paschimottanasana, just be mindful of where is that downward action, where is the center of gravity. So you want to find it in your forearms, you want to find it in your legs. Absolutely. In the lower leg, lower arms, they've got to ground down. Okay, walk your feet towards your hands, come for uttanasana. So it's a slightly wider legged uttanasana. Come into this action. Now what I want you to do is to just rock forward and back and then come to your center. And again, it's as if somebody, or your palms preferably, are lifting your abdomen up. If your hands do not reach the floor, then place them on a couple of foam pads or a couple of bricks. And just be in your uttanasana. Fold your arms. Be in uttanasana. God, that's such a challenging action, isn't it? So just be in it for a little bit longer. Yeah, be there. All right, and now slowly, very slowly, because the head's been down for a little while, come up. Just have a look at the screen now, because we're going to go into several poses all at once. Well, one after the other. So just have a look. So we're going to extend into our lateral pose, coming for trikonasana first. So make sure when you come into this action, you're coming into the connection of symmetry and alignment, getting that rotation of the thigh is really important. And then we reach into the action. Now I've come to here because I'm going to give you a little bit of teaching on this. Now when you're here, you've got to lift rather than go down. You've got to lift out of the pelvis, ground into the back lower leg, and then place the hand. And be there. So from here, I'm going to talk you through this. You're going to widen the stance and just have a look here. I'm resting the arm. This is not too bad. Now, I want you to see that this inner thigh and this groin separate. So you've got to find the groin separation. You've got to push so much and then extend. So we've trikonasana, paschimottanasana, taking the arm over eventually. All right, so when we get to this stage, now we're going to change direction completely. So we're going to turn, bring the foot in a little bit, and then we come for paschimottanasana. All right, so there's going to be a little bit of teaching on all of this. All right, now for those of you who need to get some support for your hands, or put your hands onto a chair, whatever way you're working, then grab your supports now and we will work together, because there's a little bit of detail that I want to give when you're in those positions. All right, feet together. Lifting up through the center of the body, lifting up through the chest. Just let the breath become smooth and even. Soft inhalation, soft exhalation. Okay, take your fingers to your chest and jump the legs. Okay, extending the arms out to the sides, lifting up. Turning your left foot in, turning your right foot out. Now remember what I was saying about this. This outward rotation really needs to come. Come on, practice it. Bend the leg and rotate. Get that action. Pull up the kneecap and thigh. Be there. Arms out, lifting up. Now when you get to this point, you pause. Now it's so easy to drop the arm. You want to lift again. Make sure that the abdomen moves towards your spine. We've been talking about that. Even more, push those arms. And then we come for trikonasana. Okay, now reach that arm up as much as you can. Be aware of the rotation now. So you want to again press into the back leg so the chest can go towards the end of the mat. The chest needs to reach towards the mat side. Extend and then turn. Okay, so now hand onto the hip, resting nicely in this way. Remember what I was saying about the groins now, the groin instruction. So you've got to see those groins are moving. It's like you're splitting the mat in two. And then we come into this action. Okay, so if you can maintain that rotation, take the hand, arm over the ear. And hold, 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 hold. Okay, so just see that now we change direction. Put your hands onto your bricks. Now you've got to imagine you've got two of your palms lifting your abdomen. Lift your abdomen to the spine and slowly straighten those legs. Now ground down into the lower leg and look forward. Ground down into the lower leg and look forward. Ground down into the lower leg so much. Okay. And now when you release, you bring your back foot to your front foot. Bring your back foot to your front foot. So you're back in uttanasana. Back in uttanasana. Okay. And coming up. So we do that whole thing again. All right. Stand in the center of your mat. Taking the fingers to your chest, lifting up nicely. Soft inhalation and exhalation. Okay. We jump the legs. Come on, work with me now. Turning the feet. Now, remembering that rotation, this may be a better side for you. Reach, move the abdomen to the spine. Come only a little way. Look. Now lift again. Ground into that back leg strongly. The lower legs have got to get that charge. You've got to really see that they get that extension. Taking the hand down, extending the top arm up. Soft inhalation, exhalation. Now, see how much you can get that rotation. Can you turn your head? Can you look up at your palm? And now we bend the leg. You may need to slide that back leg back a little bit. Just rest there. Now, you've got to see, can you see I'm working on making pliability. I've got a stiff hinge, I want to get it moving. Press into that back leg and divide the groins, divide the groins. Now see, can you get your trikonasana action, your Paschimottanasana action, extending up and over. Be there. Soft inhalation, exhalation. Enjoy that unfolding of Paschimottanasana. Okay, so we're going to turn now. We're going to turn. Now you might need to step your leg in, put your hands onto some support, and then be in your Paschimottanasana. Lift the abdomen. And then releasing. If you can take the head a little bit further, do so. But remember, you've got to get that hinge working. And then we step forward for uttanasana. Letting the abdomen move to the spine. And then coming up. All right, well done. All right, so just have a look at this. Now there's a couple of ways how we're going to work with this today. So those of you who find straightening your legs at the best of times is really challenging, these poses can be quite challenging too. So we're coming for Urdhva Padasana. So if you need to use a belt, then you can do so, like this. If your legs are really heavy. Now, if you don't need to use a belt, I want you to place a foam pad here. So we're taking it a little bit deeper today. We've been talking about how much you need to move the abdomen to the spine. So we've been talking about that. So as you move the abdomen to the spine, you want to then see the other part of the leg is reaching up. So you can see this, quite a challenging thing. You don't want your legs to go flying. So those of you who are holding your belt, that's fine. You can hold your belt. You can even hold your belt and see if you can place the foam pad on there. So extend the arms up like this. So go and see how much you can extend your arms, soften your belly, push your feet up strongly and be in this position. So it really does teach you about using the gravity pull. So you want to let go of all that hold in the belly and let it just become directed in this position like this. And breathe again. Okay, so eventually your legs might get a bit tired of doing this and then you need to come out of it. All right, so you get the idea. So if you've only just started, then you can stay in it and you can just listen to the next action. So what I'm going to do is to put this belt around here like this. So you can step on it. I know some of you got some difficulties with the leg action. So I'm just going to put this here. Hopefully this will work quite nicely. Right, I want to get this a little bit level. Okay, that's it. Like that. Okay, so now I'm going to bring this up like this. You see here, so not dissimilar. That's quite nice working in this way because we can start to release the abdomen to the spine. Give a little bit more slack, maybe if it's needed, and push the legs as you soften the belly. Push the legs as you soften the belly. Push the legs as you soften the belly to be in this position. So it's quite challenging here. So this really gives you a nice action, not going in the back of the knees, just being here, connecting, understanding. Yeah, Go and see, softening the belly even more. Okay, that's brilliant. All right, so now we're going to see if it's possible, it may be for some of you, to be able to bring this foam pad a little bit closer, like this. And then pulling on the foam pad, drawing the abdomen to the spine, and see how much can you ground the abdomen and push into the foam pad, push into the foam pad, and come into this action. Lifting up through the center of the body, keeping that connection. Now, if you've got a foam pad, see what I've done to the foam pad, bent it a bit. If you've got one of the foam ones, which have got all the different colours on them, then that might be a little bit more bendable. These aren't so bendable. All right, so well done, well done. So hopefully that worked out well. So if the knee is quite challenging to bend, then of course you can stay with the first action. I hope that worked quite well. All right, so now what we're going to do is to grip the foam pad. So you want to be flexing the legs like this, or the feet should I say, and lifting up. Draw the abdomen to the spine, taking the hands back. Now you want to see that the legs are really strong and straight. Grip the foam pad so much, grip the foam pad, lift up. See, can you get the arm action? Grip the foam pad. And then releasing down. Not easy at all. All right, so what we're going to do now is to have 4 foam pads. So the 4 foam pads now are going to work still in this sequencing with the straight leg actions. But now you're going to see that you roll a little bit. It's a bit confusing, but you roll a little bit and just place the foam pads on the ridge of the pelvis like that. So you want to see that now you've got the foam pad on the ridge of the pelvis, and you just let in the belly release, 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 release. Okay, now if you get to this stage, then you can hold on to your legs, but you still want to maintain the softness in the belly and bringing the legs towards you. Bringing the legs towards you. Letting the arms go out to the side and seeing you don't leave those pads. You don't leave the foam pads. Okay, so you can also use a belt for this. So if you're in this position and you get your legs to a certain point, grab your belt and pop it around your feet and you'll be able to continue with the pose. All right, okay, and release it. Well done. Now, make sure that you're wrapped up nice and warm. If the weather's not very good, then have some layers on. All right, and then you place a nice blanket there. Now we're coming into the bent leg shavasana. So it's like this. So every now and again, we need to check this pose because it changes all the time as we change. So when you're here, just watch for a moment. You want to see again, you release the belly to open the chest. You release the belly to open the chest. And as you open the chest, you can lift up and just readjust that upper body area. Rotate the lower arms, and then you can just let the palms, the fingers completely release. Then slowly extending the legs away, softening the belly, being there. Letting the feet release apart. Now just scan the body, scan the facial features, scan the back teeth, the throat, and let your breath remain smooth and even. Okay, so again, another week where you can stay in Shavasana. Don't rush up, just be there. Just be observing how you're releasing every time there is a little bit of tightness. Just go there with your breath. And when you come out of this pose, remember, try to engage within your space only before you go out into the world again. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Namaste.